Hello YouTube, this is Lionel Fastrack Layout update number 13. I'm feeling a lot better. I posted a video, about a week ago now, and I was sick. I was getting ready to do this update, and I was going to do a couple of Christmas videos with my trains, but I was sick on Christmas, and so I didn't get the chance to do any of that, so I'm just now getting around to it. So today, as you guys can see, just from this shot, there's not a whole lot of big changes. Looking over here, I have not started on Operation Switchback yet. That's probably going to have to wait a little while until the train show comes around. That's probably when I'll start on that, towards the end of February. But until then, I'm just basically going to be adding a whole lot of detail to this part of the layout right here. So let's get started. Okay guys, to start off on this side of the layout, I have started to weather some of my rails and add sort of a rust color, and I'm also starting to add a little bit more detail around the spikes. You probably can't see it on this camera, but I am like coloring the spikes and everything and putting stuff alongside the tracks, such as like pieces and rail joiners and stuff like that. So it's adding a lot more detail along the tracks. I have not weathered this entire strip. I've only done about the outside track down to about the interchange over there, and the reason I did that was because I ran out of paint. So I'm going to have to head in and grab some more paint sometime. And coming up here, I got a clock tower, and the reason I got that was because here in the town that I live in, they just redid the city hall and like the plaza out front of it, and they added a new clock tower, and that clock tower looks exactly like the one that they added, so I got that. And I also added some signs over here on the side of this Mario's Pizzeria, and a air conditioning unit on top of it, which I took out of an HO scale kit, if you're wondering where I got that. And pretty much over here on this mountain, nothing has changed at all. I haven't really done anything with that mountain. I'm hoping to really start working on putting trees and stuff on that. I've picked up some trees, and as you can see over here on the display case, I'm kind of building trees and whatnot, kind of making some forests a little bit more dense, which I'll show you in a minute here. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so now we're over here in my big city area. Well, not big city, but kind of city area. As you guys can see, some of these buildings have gotten a little bit lighter looking. The reason is because, I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not, but I've taken plaster and I've put it over the bricks on the buildings, and so now all the bricks have plaster around them and everything. So it looks really detailed. And I've done two of them so far, the Jim's 5 cent and 10 cent store, and Asala's Bakery, both buildings from Lionel. So what I'm hoping to do is probably do all of these buildings like that. I think it looks really, really good. Makes them look a lot more detailed and realistic. And on top of the Asala's Bakery building, as you guys can see, I've also added some grates and another air conditioning unit, which I got out of the same HO scale kit. It was an older kit that I had, and I tried to sell it at the train show last year, but it wouldn't even sell for 50 cents. So I took it apart, and I kind of stole some of the pieces off of it, and I'm turning them into little details and things that I can add around this layout. So I'm just kind of making that stuff work for now. Okay, so we're going to stay with the Asala's Bakery building. We just got to lower the camera down here. If you guys look inside it, I have added an interior to this building. I know Lionel buildings do not come with the interiors on them, especially these ones, unless you get one of the ones that has been like customized. Like I've got Main Street Ice Cream over here with the detailed interior on it, or you can get like window printings and things like that. This one, I've actually taken out the foggy glass windows, and I have installed clear glass windows in it, and I've put a ceiling on it. It's got bookshelves in it and everything, and I'll take some pictures of that. I'm going to get a really nice camera down here and take some high definition pictures of the layout and make a video with all those so that everyone can see like some of the really good details that I've added to the layout. So that store is pretty much complete. The reason that this Jim's 5 and 10 cent store over here is not on right now and there's no lights in it, as well as the Kitty City toy store, is both of those buildings I'm getting ready to add interiors to. So when I'm all finished with this town, all the buildings are going to have interiors. And hopefully I can get all that done before I start Operation Switchback so that I don't have like a huge area that's all being worked on at the same time. Hopefully I can just get Operation Switchback going. Okay, so as well as the buildings in the town, I've added a lot of people, as you can see. So what I've got for Christmas and everything is a bunch of people. We've got parking meters now, all sorts of stuff in there. It's all from Woodland Scenes too. Parking meters, we've got some sewers, you can see some there. What else? There's another mailbox, there's fire hydrants. We've got a crew of guys over here working on this railroad crossing, well, next to the railroad crossing. One guy's got a jackhammer, the other guy's got a shovel, and there's another guy, hang on, I gotta move the tripod here, and he's drinking a Coke. I don't know if you guys can see it. He's right here, he's drinking a Coke. It's really nice to have that there. Okay, so moving on. Okay, now we're down here on the station platform. And as you guys can see, I've added 2 more benches and 2 more people to this platform out here. Here we've got a old lady kind of standing next to the bench. And this other lady over here, she is waving to the guy over there. So they're waving at each other. So it's really nice detail to the layout. It looks really good if you actually bend down and look at the layout because there are people waving at each other. Another thing, these park benches that I got from Woodland Scenes, they're really super detailed. All this writing and everything on here, it's all legible. I know that you can't read it on the camera, but in real life it's legible. I think I've added another Norfolk Southern pin here that I picked up someplace. I don't even remember where I got it. I also added a lady getting out of her car there. Okay, so moving on now. Okay, in the main shot that I showed at the start of the video, you guys may have seen this black panel over here. This is my new switchboard. I have wired all my signals to this board so I can throw these switches and change the signals. And I still have the switches over here to throw these 2 switches here. And we'll probably have to add another one of those right here for Operation Switchback because it comes out right there and has a very sharp curve right there going into the Y. But anyway, this is my new switchboard. And what I know that there's only 2 signals right now in the layout. And that's those 2 over there. They're both set to red right now. But I've actually picked up another one right here. This little dwarf signal from Lionel. And that's going to be wired to this 3rd switch right here. And it's actually going to go right there. And it's going to pretty much guard the main line for this switch that comes out here and goes into the Y. Okay. So these switches that I've wired, my dad helped me a lot with this. Big thank you to him. They're really, really neat. And I really like them a whole lot. So what I can do is I can throw this switch and it'll change the signal. And I can go red, completely off, or yellow, and then after 10 seconds it'll change to green. So here we go. That's off on track 2. That's yellow on track 2. Off on track 1. Yellow on track 1. And then they should both go to green here in a minute. There's track 2 went to green. And track 1 went to green. Now I can change them both to off or to red, which I really like. So up is red, middle is off, and down is green. So that's another something that I added to the layout. It's a really nice feature because when the trains are running, I can change the signals to however I want if I'm doing switching operations or whatever. and it's not just one of those ones from Lionel where there's a piece under the track, and as the train goes over it, it trips the sensor and the signal changes. So I can actually control the signals now. Okay, moving on. As you guys can see, up here, there are a lot more trees in multiple areas around in this lower level. And I've taken out some of the older ones from Lifelike, I think that's what company made them. They didn't look very good at all because they were all completely round, like perfect trees that are just completely unrealistic in all ways. So what I've done was I've picked up 19 woodland scenes trees and a ton of clump foliage, and all these trees are between 6 and 8 inches that I've added. I think they look really, really good. It really makes the forest a lot more dense. Here, let me kind of lift the camera up here and go over the whole area. See, I added a whole bunch back here, over there on both sides of the blue house, and I've got one here. So if I had to suggest trees for someone to use, I would definitely suggest these, especially for an O-scale layout, because it was only about $65 for all these, and I think it really fills the layout up really nicely. If you bend down and look at that, it's pretty dense right there, that whole forest and everything, and it looks really good. So yeah, that's that. And then over here by my station house, I added 2 new little figures. One guy's just kind of leaning up against the side of the building. The other guy's working. He's like carrying some kind of bag. And I got the pack of people from Woodland Scenes that has all of the railroad workers, so I can use those in my videos now to make little comments and people saying stuff while they're running the trains. Okay, next thing. Up on top of the mountain, if you guys notice, the barn is missing. Currently I have the barn off layout because I'm working on an interior scene for the barn. Just kind of doing a lot more detailing on the walls and everything, because the inside is just gray. And I'm adding tractors on the inside, so there's going to be like some really nice weathered tractors on the inside of that barn when it's all done. Other than that, nothing really has changed on the layout. I've really pretty much been cleaning a lot of stuff out and getting ready for Operation Switchback. Over here, nothing has happened in the center at all, as well as up there along that back track. So hopefully by the next update I'll have all these buildings interiors done, and I don't know how long it's going to be for the next update. Depending upon when it is, I might have even started the bench work for Operation Switchback, but we'll see. So that's all for this update, guys. I'll see you guys next time. This video is going to be followed by a video of rail fanning on my layout. It was going to be my Christmas video of the trains running, but I was sick. So I'm going to follow this with a video of modern trains running on my layout, and then about, I don't know, sometime here in the next month or so, whenever the pieces come in for my pre-war and post-war trains, I'll have a video of those running on my layout. I really apologize because I didn't get those videos done, and I had said that I would do that for a lot of people and get those videos posted, but that didn't happen. So I apologize about that. So we'll have those up here in the next couple weeks or so. So that's all for this time, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.